G'day, welcome to Love This Ride. I'm Gary Worrell. Well, this is the series that has a look at that special connection between owners and their cars. And today, we've got an absolute cracker. Have a look at this. It's a 1957 Ford 100E Anglia, Quick E. But don't let me talk about it. I reckon we should go talk to James Whip Wilson, because he's the man behind this car.
So here we are with James. So James, a 1957 Ford Anglia. Don't see a lot of these around. What made you choose one of these?
I like different, basically. I think the main reason is there's not many of them around. I think there's probably about less than 20 of these on the road here in Australia. It was a bit of a unique car. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. And even when I take it to shows or events, people come looking at it even before they know how different it is.
Now, so when we talk about different, I popped the bonnet a little bit earlier. That's not a Ford engine.
Yeah, no, it's not a Ford engine. It started off as a Ford when I first got it. The little car was absolutely box stock. Little flathead 4, top speed of maybe 100 kilometres an hour. When you're up there, it was really floaty. Now, under the bonnet now is about 200 horsepower. It's actually a Suzuki Hayabusa, the big super bike from Suzuki. So it's about 200 horsepower, 6-speed sequential gearbox.
I've been lucky enough to drive one of those in a legend race car. They're great for going forward, but how do you make it go backwards?
Yeah, that's one of the things. To get a legally registered car with a motorcycle engine is difficult anyway, but we did that because of the age of the car. But it's actually got what's known as an inline quaife, that is the company transfer case. So there's in essence 2 gear levers in the car. The long one is the 6-speed, the short one is either forwards or backwards, which in essence means if I'm going backwards, I've got 6 speeds and 200 horsepower going that way.
That would be a pretty exciting experience.
Yeah, I'd never want to do that. I just use it for reverse. But yeah, if you ever want to get out of a situation, I can get out of one just as fast as I can get into one, I think.
That's always handy in this day and age. Now, James, the other thing I noticed, those rims, so at first I thought they were mini bikes, but they're not mini bikes, are they?
No, they're actually a bit of a rarity. Made by a company out of Sydney back in the 60s. So the wheels are almost as old as the car. They actually had a damaged Brabham wheel, and they took a cast off the wheel, and they made so it's a cast centre on a steel outside. So yeah, I don't think you'll find another set of those probably around at the present moment. If so, not many.
How did you manage to track those down?
There was a guy selling them on eBay. He was local to me. He had a Mark 1 Cortina. He didn't like them, didn't really know what they were, I suppose, and he offered them up for sale. And so I thought they were 13 by 7s, but they're only 13 by 6s because I wanted a little bit wider. And once I cleaned them up and measured them, I realised they were 6s. So I ended up getting the wheels for free, believe it or not.
Wow.
I sort of said, mate, I'm after 7s, they're 6s. He said, I love your car so much. You're sitting down, how about you keep the wheels and I'll give you your money back, just so I can see them on this car. So
can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that.
Now, I've got, again, the paint job. I mean, that's one of the first things we see. It's often referred to as a reverse cobbler. There's a half cage, so what's the story? This does a little bit of track work?
It does a little bit of track work. I mean, it's street registered. I'll throw roof racks on it, go to Bunnings, pick up some timber, but also do a few street sprints, hill climbs. I was planning on doing a few this year, but on the street, but pretty quick around the track as well.
Now, one of the things I've learned over the years is one thing to go quick on the track, it's just as important to be able to go stop, and also go around corners too. So how do you manage that? Are we talking 50 or 60-year-old suspension here?
No, we're talking full modification, really. Up the front end is modified Ford Capri struts with a Ford Escort cross member, so it's proper steering, not the old, so it's proper rack and pin steering. And disc brakes on the front end. The back end is a Nissan Skyline R31 diff with a full 4-link rear end, again adjustable coilovers all the way around. So the good thing about this car is it can do more than what I can do. So I'm not. It pushes my limits. I don't push its limits.
Now, that's a lot of work. Did you do all that yourself?
No, actually, I must admit, most of the work here is for the guys. There's a guy down the south side of Brisbane called Spot On Performance. Andy and his team down there, I took the car into them and said, this is what I want to do. And they build 7-second street cars. They build some amazing machines. And his eyes lit up. He sort of went, I think we can do something special with this car.
Oh, I reckon he has.
So, yeah, it's his workmanship is fantastic. And, the car's fantastic to drive.
I mean, it all looks so close to factory that it's so far away from factory. I mean, even the headlights, we had a look at those. You know, again, when I first looked, I thought, the standard Ford headlights, but they're not.
No, they're actually Jeep headlights. I use the halos as parkers because the parkers used to be in the actual end. There used to be an indicator and parker, so it's been rewired. So the parker/indicator has purely got an amber globe in it now, so it's an indicator. And the halos are the parkers, and yeah, they're Jeep. So LED, which means I'm draining less on the battery because the battery in this car is a motorcycle battery.
Okay.
So it can't necessarily handle a big drain because the motorcycle is not designed to charge a big cranking battery. Yeah, we had to sort of keep it motorcycle mostly underneath.
I believe there's something a little bit different about the fuel tank.
Yeah, the original cars had a little fuel tank on one side, and a lot of guys go to twin fuel tanks to get extra fuel. I wanted to have boot space, horizontal, so I can put chairs or a gazebo and things in it when I go and do a few events. So we've actually got about a 45-litre custom-made alloy tank in the back, and even the fuel filler is actually off the Suzuki. It's actually the flat fuel filler, so it's blended into the body.
Now, inside, there's a few differences about the inside of the car. The seats, they look vaguely familiar. I've done a bit of work with those two in the past. Would I be wrong in guessing they're out of an MX-5?
They are out of an MX-5. I went through a few different styles of seats to try and find something that fits, because the car's also fitted, you may have noticed, with a half cage. And actually, it's actually where my seatbelts are mounted to. So because of the modifications, collapsible steering column, a lot of things had to be made, including seatbelts. So instead of actually drilling holes in the body, the half cage is actually also my seatbelt mount. So because the half cage is in there and the car is a very small car, I had to find some seats that narrowed at the top rather than flared out at the top. So the Mazda MX-5 was the perfect fit.
Wonderful. And now the dash, I had a look at this before. That's a pretty spectacular dash.
That's a full race aim dash. It's what they put in race cars, even the Formula go-karts and things have them. That's actually the street version, so it's got things like show you indicators, fuel, but at the same time, if I happen to take it to Lakeside, I push a button on there, it picks up all the geometry at Lakeside, and it can give me my times and things around Lakeside and things like that.
Perfect. Now, James, the nickname on the car says James Whip Wilson. I saw a couple of stock whips in the back. So what do you reckon? You can give us a display of those?
I reckon I can do a bit of that. Yeah, I'm a bit of a whip cracker. It's where the name's actually my stage name. So when I was building the car, I think I put a driver's name on there. It might as well be mine. And so, I'll do a bit of a demo for you.
All right, well, we'll have a look at that in just a moment.
So there we have it, folks. James Whip Wilson and the 1957 Ford 100E Anglia. We really love this ride. James, thanks very much. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting you in the Anglia. Good luck in the future. Thanks for coming on the show.
That's not a problem, Gary. I love my car. I hope everyone else enjoys my little beast as well.
We certainly do. All right, folks. Love this ride. We'll see you next time.